Today we're going to design a new original character. Over the last week I made a bunch of sketches and different concepts for a new OC, and I also asked my followers on Instagram to give me suggestions for different outfits that I could put this character in, so I am also going to show you that. We're also going to try out a new tablet today that was sent to me for free to try out by Veikk. We have a bunch of art to make, so let's go! So Veikk sent me their Studio VK 1200 pen display, which is a small and lightweight drawing tablet that comes with a couple of extra goodies in the box, like additional pen nibs, a glove, a cleaning cloth, and 2 styluses that are battery-free, so you don't have to charge them to use them, which is very nice. They have 2 customizable buttons on them, and the tablet itself also has 6 express keys and this kind of frosted anti-glare glass screen. It's very compact, and when you look at it from the side, it's not that thick. I compared it to my iPad Pro, and you can see the Veikk tablet is only barely thicker. The actual working area on the tablet is 11.6 inches in diameter, so it's on the smaller side of pen displays. And we're going to try it out right now. So when you start using a new tablet, of course you have to install the driver and also set everything up. So you can see me calibrating the tablet here, which worked pretty well. Like, I didn't have any problems during setup, so it was pretty easy to jump right in. I decided to connect the tablet to my MacBook, and I used Clip Studio to start these sketches. So you can see I started color blocking and figuring out what colors I wanted to use for the design. So this is an early idea for the character that I wanted to create, and the main idea was to basically have her be like made by day, swimsuit model by night. So she's like part-time job maxing. She's obviously a very fashionable and fun girl, and I wanted her 2 kind of personalities that she uses for her different jobs to kind of shine through. So you have the more like serious and grounded maid, and the super bubbly and excited swimsuit model version of her. For now I'm calling her Mio. I'm not sure if, that's like her legal name or if it's just the name she gives herself when she's working as a maid. If you have any suggestions or ideas, feel free to leave a comment down below. As for working with the tablet, I really didn't feel a lot of disconnect from like the pen to the screen. I also have some close-up shots of that later on that I'm going to show you, but it felt very intuitive. I usually draw on my iPad, and I feel like that's a tablet that's really great at like making you feel like you're drawing directly on the screen. And a lot of pen displays feel like you have more of a gap between the pen and the screen. Like there's a sheet of glass in between the pen and what you're actually drawing. So you're like drawing under a surface. And I didn't feel that very strongly with this at all. Which is very nice. Like, I got used to working on it very quickly. The resolution is fine, it's nothing crazy. When you have like a frosted or an anti-glare screen like this, if you get very close, it's always going to look like a little bit fuzzy just because you don't have like a super flat screen. Like, there is texture to it, so that is going to make the subject on the screen just appear like the tiniest little bit fuzzy. But it was, again, not to the point that it felt like disruptive to the workflow at all. Like, I think the screen protector that I use on my iPad actually has like this effect way worse than this tablet had. So it felt pretty clean to look at. In general, if you're working on a pen display, I always recommend pulling up your drawing on a separate screen as well. For me, that would be on my laptop next to me. Just so you can double check that everything looks the way you want it to, especially also the colors actually. This tablet had an overall a very cool color configuration right out of the box, so it was pretty important for me to like keep referencing my other screen to make sure that the colors were actually what I wanted them to be. It's generally, I think, very hard to actually calibrate a drawing tablet or any screen to perfectly match another. That's just something you're gonna have to keep in mind. Especially if you eventually like want to print your stuff in general, like that's kind of a nightmare, but that's not really what we're talking about here. So with double checking, it was fine. The pen is very lightweight and it feels a little bit cheap in your hand. I didn't love how the grip texture felt and the buttons on the pen. The same goes for the shortcut buttons on the tablet itself. I didn't really like how they felt when I was pressing them. As shortcut buttons, they work fine, of course, like you can map whatever you want to them. Personally, I am using like a separate shortcut tool. You can kind of see it in the shot. So I'm not really someone who uses like the express keys on the tablet anyway, but if that's something that's important to you and you want them to feel nice, maybe keep that in mind. This next point could be either a pro or a con for you, depending on what you're looking for in a screen tablet. Personally, I actually really enjoyed how small this tablet is. I've used one pen display before this one, and it was like a really big tablet, I think like 22-inch screen or something like that, and that was fun and nice. But it was like really heavy, and it was definitely a huge space hog on my desk. It took up a lot of my free space, and it was a real hassle to like take it off and like put it back on and deal with all of the cables. So this was like a breath of fresh air for working on a pen display. The screen is only a bit smaller than the iPad Pro screen that I usually draw on digitally, but of course the advantage here is that I can use this to draw on my computer. And another very important factor to consider here, of course, is that this is a lot cheaper than getting an iPad. If you already own a laptop or a computer and you're just looking for some kind of screen tablet that you can use to make digital art, then this might be a good choice for you. On their website right now, the tablet is around $150 and for what you're getting, I think this is actually a really good deal. I didn't have any performance issues with the tablet. Of course, I had some nitpicks and some things that like I didn't love about it. But considering all of the accessories that you're getting and, you know, the fact that it's just like a solid tablet to work with, if the size doesn't bother you, this might be a good entry-level pen display to try out. Another thing to keep in mind is that the tablet doesn't come with a tablet stand or anything. I just used my own. I believe Veikk also sell their own tablet stand that you could use with this. I didn't have one of theirs, but it worked fine because the tablet is just so portable and lightweight, so I think that's not a big issue to worry about. So yeah, overall, I think this is a pretty neat tablet that is very affordable and does what it's supposed to. Thank you very much to Veikk for sending me this tablet and giving me the opportunity to try it out. And if any of you guys are interested in trying it for yourselves, I will link it down below, and now let's move on to some more character designing. These first two sketches I just finished were kind of the starting point for me deciding that I wanted to develop this character further. So yeah, we have like this kind of playful, sort of Gyaru-inspired swimsuit outfit and her maid alter ego, I guess. And I just kind of decided to continue or follow up on this idea, and I drew a couple of simple poses to, I guess, warm up and get my imagination going the next day. So I drew her in a couple more like swimsuits. I also kind of, you know, played around again with the idea of like adding leg warmers and things that you wouldn't maybe typically actually wear to go swimming, but you know, it would be like fashionable in like a photo shoot or something. And then I kind of returned to the initial sketch of like the two different jobs she has side by side. So I repurposed parts of the first sketch of her in the swimsuit and changed the pose a little bit, and then also went back to redesign the maid outfit. So I wanted it to be more fluffy and ruffly and a little bit over the top, like totally ridiculous in-your-face maid style. And I drew this like heart-shaped apron and you know, kept like the leg warmers for the photo shoot outfit. And I wanted them to like work together but also contrast each other and create this kind of poster illustration as like a character introduction, I guess, which I ended up posting on my Instagram to introduce the character. So yeah, I kind of had a hard time picking the colors, and I'm still kind of flip-flopping on like the main color scheme that I want to give her. Not that she necessarily needs one, because I think she could be very versatile, but I wanted the colors to definitely like pop and be interesting. I really like her blue hair, and I'm like, the moment that I decided she would have blue hair, I was like, yeah, I'm sticking with this. But for the outfit, especially the maid dress, I was like, oh, which color would work well? So I also like went for a blue tone. I couldn't really decide. But then in the end, I was like, pink would actually work really well. So that's what I stuck with here. I did lose a little bit of the footage, so I'm sorry for like skipping ahead a bit in the speed paint here. But you can see we got this like really cute, like, bright baby pink, I guess you would call it, and I think it contrasts so well with like her yellow eyes and the blue hair. And I'm also adding some red accents because I can never not do that. I feel like, yeah, it's just something I always go back to for some reason. She kind of has a primary color scheme going on, which is not bad at all. It just kind of works. So yeah, we're adding some extra details here. I decided to add even more like ruffles, like a garter, a sock, and stuff to the bikini outfit. And also added her tan lines, of course, very important. I think it really pulls the look together and it's pretty cute. So yeah, I just kind of thought this would be like a good representation of her. I also made a little logo that says Super Bunny Made, and that's, I guess, like our main starting point to continue on with more designs. So what I did next is I went on my Instagram after I posted this to ask people to send me outfits that they would like to see me draw Mio in, after I made this like introduction to her that she's like a maid and also a swimsuit model. And I got a couple of really nice picture suggestions, so I started out by drawing a couple more like bikini beach designs. And the first one I chose ended up being this really cute kind of floral look with some shorts and like this kind of crop t-shirt and a Hello Kitty bag, which is also very gyaru. I pulled up the drawing I made previously next to it to pick some of the colors from for her hair and stuff, and I feel like the outfit and the colors and everything, it worked out so well with her look. Like, it came together very nicely. I wasn't being all that creative with the posing, but I really like how this outfit looks on her and the like painted on flowers on her stomach. So I felt in the mood for drawing another kind of beach swimwear inspired look. And this one was actually sent in by my friend, so thank you. I really like the shorts on this one, or like the pants. I guess they're like kind of knee length. I made them a little bit shorter in the drawing, I think. But I also really enjoyed the use of accessories in this look and the shape of the top. I thought it would like suit her very well. And my friend also suggested a hairstyle to go along with this, which ended up also looking very nice. So I did these kind of like half up little twin pigtails that, you know, still show her kind of like hair length and everything, but you get a little bit of like cheekiness and like, yeah, the outfit just feels a little bit more fresh and like, yeah, joyful that way, I think, like the overall look. And this is more of a darker color scheme than the previous drawings I made, but this also looks really good, so I came to the conclusion that this girl is just very photogenic. Moving right on, the next outfit is a Tenchi Kaiwai look, which is a fashion style that I was a little familiar with before, but I've never actually drawn or, you know, worn anything like this before. And I actually really love how it turned out. The colors obviously match really well with her hair, and I also gave her the bunny ears that weren't in the picture, but you know, it fits the theme, and I really love how this one turned out. And last but not least, we have a more casual look. I really like the colors on the top and the baggy pants, and my favorite detail is the little whale shark keychain on the pants. It's so cute! I also gave her the red glasses that she wears in her maid outfit, and also this like arm warmer, because, you know, asymmetry is fun. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. So that's all of the illustrations I made for my new OC Mio. This is, you know, not like maybe the most traditional way to go about like really conceptualizing a character from start to finish. This was more like, I started off with these two drawings I made at the beginning of the video, and I really kind of liked the idea and vibe and decided to expand on it further and just see where it would take me. And we ended up with this really cute, fashionable girl who apparently has a really big and diverse wardrobe, which I love. So I will definitely keep drawing her, and I would love to eventually maybe also sketch out a little short comic or something about her part-time job adventures, considering that, you know, she works at least 2 jobs, maid cafe and modeling gigs, specifically for swimsuits. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you stuck around until the end of the video, thank you so much. If you want to see more of my illustrations, you can check out my Instagram. It's linked down below. And I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Bye bye!